Dear students, today we are going to continue the lesson in Geography Unit 2. Lithosphere 2, Exogenic Processes. In 9th Standard Social Science. Gradation. Gradation is the process of leveling of the land by means of natural agents like rivers, groundwater, winds, glaciers, and sea waves. These agents produce various gradational relief features in due course of time. Gradation takes place in two ways, degradation and aggradation. Aggradation is building up of landforms due to natural agents. Degradation is eroding of land surface. Agents of gradation. Running water or river, fluvial landforms. The work of running water, rivers, is the most extensive among all the other agents of gradation. Rivers originate on higher landforms like mountains, hills and plateaus that receive water from various sources like the rain, glaciers, springs, lakes, etc. The place where the river originates is called catchment area, and where it joins the sea is known as mouth. Courses of river. Rivers generally originate from mountains and end in a sea or lake. The whole path that a river flows through is called its course. The course of a river is divided into the upper course, the middle course and the lower course. The upper course. Erosion is the most dominant action of river in the upper course. In this course, a river usually tumbles down the steep mountain slopes. The steep gradient increases the velocity, and the river channel performs erosion with great force to widen and deepen its valley. The land features carved by a river in its upper course are V-shaped valleys, gorges, canyons, rapids, potholes, spurs, and waterfalls. The middle course. The river enters the plain in its middle course. The volume of water increases with the confluence of many tributaries and thus increases the load of the river. Thus, the predominant action of a river is transportation. Deposition also occurs due to the sudden decrease in velocity. The river in the middle course develops some typical landforms like floodplains, meanders, oxbow lakes, etc. The lower course. The river, moving downstream across a broad, level plain, is loaded with debris, brought down from its upper and middle courses. Large deposits of sediments are found at the level bed, and the river splits into a number of channels called distributaries. The main work of the river here is deposition, and it develops typical landforms like delta and estuary. Tributary. Small streams that join the main river. Example, River Bhavani. Distributary, river channels that get separated from the main river. Example, River Kollidam. Erosional landforms of river, gorges and canyons. When the river flows through a mountainous region made up of hard rocks, it forms a valley with almost vertical sides called gorge. In India, deep gorges have been formed by Brahmaputra and Indus in the Himalayas. A deep gorge with steep sides that runs for hundreds of kilometers is referred to as canyon. Example, Grand Canyon of the River Colorado in the USA. Waterfall. When a river flows in a region where hard rocks lie over soft rocks horizontally, the soft rocks get eroded quickly and the hard rocks projects outwards. Thus, the river falls vertically from a steep slope to form a waterfall. When the water falls with great force, it erodes the rock material beneath and creates a depression called a plunge pool. Shallow fast-flowing water in a stream is called a rapid or river jumps. The highest waterfalls in the world is Angel Falls, 979 meters, in Venezuela. V-shaped valley. A V-shaped valley is formed by the vertical erosion of the river where the valley is deepened and widened. Pothole. Due to the river action, cylindrical holes are drilled vertically in the river bed, with varying depth and diameter. These are called potholes. Meander. As the river loaded with debris flows slowly, it forms sweeping loops and bends. It is referred to as meanders. Oxbow Lake. Meanders in due course of time become almost a complete circle with narrow necks. This in turn gets abandoned and forms a lake. This is called an oxbow lake. The world's largest oxbow lake is Lake Shikut is Arkansas of USA. Lake Kanvar in Bihar, India, is Asia's largest freshwater oxbow lake. Depositional landforms of river alluvial fan. A fan-shaped deposition made by the river at the foothills is called an alluvial plain. Floodplain. Fine sediments are deposited on river banks when a river floods. These sediments make the region rich and fertile. This is called a floodplain. As the height of the river banks increases due to continuous deposition of a flooded river, levees are formed. Estuary. Estuary is formed where the Ribes meets the sea. Deposition of silt by the river is not possible here in the estuaries like delta as if the waves keep on eroding the deposits. Example, River Nirmada and Taptai. Delta. A triangular-shaped low-lying area formed by the river at its mouth is called delta. Deltas have fine deposits of sediments enriched with minerals. Example, Kaveri Delta, Tamil Nadu. The Greek letter pronounced delta closely resembles the triangular delta of the river Nile. Sundarbans Delta formed by the river Gunga-Brahmaputra is the largest delta in the world. The world's best-known geyser is the Old Faithful Geyser in the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, USA. Students, in this class, we understand about the gradation, agents of gradation, courses of river, erosional landforms of river, gorges and canyons, depositional landforms of river. Okay students, let us discuss remain topics in next class. Thank you.